Well, good evening. Pleasant weather we're having, isn't it? You know, the sky looks so clear tonight that it feels as though you could reach out and touch the stars. Who am I? That's an excellent question. I suppose lacking my usual attire, I don't really come with an explanation. But I've been on shift all day, and thankfully, you're my last client. So I got changed early. Decided to drop the whole ensemble and opt for more casual wear. Rather disrespectful, I suppose. I should probably be wearing black, but who wants to be greeted by a figure dressed in black on a cold winter's night? Quite ominous, I believe. Yes. Although the kiss of the icy zephyr is refreshing, it would make anyone shiver at a time like this. Speaking of which, how long do you think it'll be until they find you? It can't be healthy for you to just stand here staring at yourself. You know by now, don't you? It's not possible to be in two places at once. And out-of-body experiences don't last this long. They probably should have put a sign up in this area. I'm not sure if it would have helped, but maybe you'd have been less likely to try standing on the ice if you'd known just how slippery it was. How a sharp rock was hidden just beneath the surface of the snow. From above, I believe you look rather beautiful. A perfect soak of red among the sheer white. But I have a macabre sense of aesthetic, so that's just my personal opinion. You're not saying much, which is totally fine. I'm pretty sure you're in shock. I would be too. But you're not alone here. I'm right beside you. Tangible. You could hold my hand if you'd like to. I suppose my appearance and several aspects raise a few questions, unspoken as they are. How does one so young have a pure white stripe through his black hair? Why do you feel like you can hear the patter of horses' hooves when you and I are the only ones here? Why does it look like the snow is suspended in the air when you know logically that it's still falling? Put simply, we are in the realm between life and what comes after. We're beyond time. He can't touch us. His attempts fall short of where we stand. His face remains the same, but his hands never stop moving, trying to grab at us every second. We can't stay here forever, but for now, we're safe. I'm sure you don't need me to brandish my scythe and don the cloak for realization to take hold. There are few answers to the question of who I am once you take in the facts. I am death. The Grim Reaper who exists in the pocket of your dimension and rides a white stallion across the realms. Though the name is rather outdated, since I'm neither grim nor do I reap. I suppose the Soul Guider has less of a ring to it, but it would certainly reduce the initial apprehension. I must admit, I'm pleasantly surprised. Not that you're in shock. That's unfortunate, and I hope you recover soon. But that you haven't admonished me. Some of my recent clients actually got aggressive, blamed me for their demise. Can you believe it? One of them bulked up on steroids, and in a confused haze, on his way back from the gym, he wandered into some farmland and into the path of oncoming machinery. I wouldn't mind, but once I pierced him in the back, he shoved me away and called me weakling. Well, I couldn't just stand there and take it. I told him he'd been irresponsible and there are better ways to get shredded. Which is how I got this black eye. Your kind are very angry, aren't they? You'd think that when monetary value no longer matters, they wouldn't mind a joke at their expense. Turns out, I need to take notes on that subject. And not the fake ones you might buy a kitchen with. The fridge was too big, but at least the counters fit. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is a lonely job. Nobody ever talks to me. All right, I'll stop. The first reaction you've given me since we've met is a disapproving look, and that's all I need to know. Although, you're far more tolerant than my morning assistant was. Morning. Anyway, she was... what do you call them? A Karen. Silly thing had gotten herself into somewhat of a lethal situation, and her first reaction was to get up and start complaining. Of course, I'm the only one she could talk to now, so she zones in on me, blaming everyone but herself. I give zero response, acting like I don't hear her. Finally, she grabs my arm and tugs it, growling, "Oi, are you deaf?" It gave me unbridled delight to turn and face her with eyeless sockets and a permanent grin on my skull, and tell her that actually I am. I found it hilarious. She didn't see the funny side. Demanding to speak to my manager, which was a bit awkward. Not even sure who my manager is. That aside, I think your door is almost here. That's your way to the afterlife. Everyone has one. Even I don't know where you go once you open it. But I know you were loved, and you will be fine as long as you hold your head up and keep moving forward. Which you think was a lovely little speech, but Annie Boleyn didn't appreciate it back in the 1500s. I digress. I was thinking of taking up a hobby, you know. I've dabbled in stitching before. Perhaps I could tailor-make my own soles for practice. Then I could reap what I sow, Okay, I'll stop. You may not have much to say, but your eyes speak on your behalf. Having said that, I did work on a furniture store once. Had my own range of fabrics. They kicked me out after a week because the pinning had gotten out of hand, and there were too many repercussions. Oh, come on. It's dead boring here. I don't often get a chance to talk with people. Well, I do, but they don't usually listen. They realize they're no longer alive. They accept it. Their door comes, and they're gone. I'm wasted in this role. If I had the chance to host a comedy show, I'd kill it. I'm not even doing it on purpose now. I'm just naturally humorous. It's in my bones. Besides, my silliness is keeping you distracted, so you're not panicking while we wait for you. Your time has come. You must take your door. The afterlife awaits. Come on, boy. Let's go home. I hope nobody else is dying to meet me tonight.